talk. And it's the first place, really, I think that they make an effort to bring the team together and kind of motivate them and keep them invested.
That's awesome. So do you feel like there are any like qualities that make your team and like the site and like the company overall like really successful?
I would have to say it's just that I actually feel that people. That doesn't happen.
Go
Okay.
figure. Okay.
You could start over with that.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that people here are invested in what they do. There's a passion for it, that they actually care. They know that there's a person at the end of the process that really needs the services we provide. So I think that's like the most unique thing, in my opinion, is that people actually are enjoying and appreciate what they do.
That's awesome. So, kind of how do you see your job growing like in the coming years?
I think with being the strategic and key account coordinator, I think that's the path where they're going to be heading, where each rep, customer service rep, will get a portfolio of customers, and they're going to tailor the customer service to their needs to make doing business with us just easier and better in general.
That's awesome. So that kind of leads into a little bit on like how do you see like the site and like the company growing as well?
Just altogether, just getting bigger. It seems like every year there's more customers. I'm seeing new customers sign on all the time. The site, I honestly don't know how it handles it now. I'm guessing that sooner or later we're going to have to expand, like St. Louis has done, become a bigger production facility. Just all around, just growing.
That's great. So, what would you like to share? Like, if you could share anything with like people who are newly hired on here, like what would like advice would you give, or just like things you would want to tell them about the site?
Sure. Keep an open mind. Never just assume what you're doing is the only thing you could do. You know, learn everything you can. Take advice from the people above you, and take opportunities when they arise. If there's an open job that you think that you may want to do, go for it. You know, talk to the people that are there and see what's needed, what you have to do to be prepared for it, and just go for it. I mean, they just promote growth here so well that you just don't want to feel like you're stuck in one position. You just keep going. Don't ever stop.
That's awesome. So, can you talk a little bit about like how they promote that kind of growth here? Like, what are the kinds of things that people do to make that happen?
Sure. So I think it starts with the direct supervisors or managers. If they see something in someone that they think that they could grow, or they have a better a chance of doing more. I know with me, my lead Maggie always, like, you know, you seem like to have a knack at this. She always told me to just keep doing this and that. She taught me new things as soon as she thought I was ready to keep going. They always do the job postings for the jobs at the site and let people know that they're there. They don't just, you know, kind of post them and hope that someone looks at them. They want people to go out and find new opportunities. They send emails to everyone. I mean, they do everything they can to keep people interested and wanting to grow with the company.
That's awesome. So kind of like related to that, what would you share with people who are like transferring here from other locations, either because, you know, they're going to be like in a new role here, or maybe they're doing something similar to what they were previously but are just kind of transferring that job to like this location? Like, what would you tell them?
Just to get to know everyone. I mean, it's a great group of people. Don't be shy. Don't stick to just your department. Go out there and get to know everyone. Go eat lunch in the lunchroom with everyone. Don't sit at your cubicle or in your station and, you know, be a loner. The experience when you know people, get to know people, is much better than just, you know, coming to work, doing your job, and leaving.
Yep, that is true. What would you want BMRU employees who work at other sites to know about this site?
Uh, even though we may be much smaller, I think we're just as important. I think that no matter what happens, like I was saying before, that we would persevere. We make sure that we took care of business. Just since I've been here, just the improvements and everything that I've seen just shows that, I guess we're fighters, like that no matter what, we're going to take care of business.
That's awesome. So then, more broadly, what would you want the world to know about bioMario?
I would want the world to know that pretty much every aspect of their lives probably involves us in some way, whether it's the medicine they take, the food they eat, the care they get at hospitals, the care that their pets get. Just that we're there making sure that you can do your everyday things without having to worry.
That's awesome. So so bioMario is really involved in kind of all of those different aspects. Do you feel like all of the employees are really aware of that?
I think there's a lot that are aware. I don't know if everyone appreciates it as much as others, but I think that everyone has a inkling. But I think that's what they're doing a good job at. As far as taking employees to like St. Louis and getting them more involved, so that they know those parts of business. Because if you're in production, you know what the items you're making do, but you don't know exactly on what scale. So I think that's where, by showing them, would get them more invested.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. That is all of the
I have
questions.
a couple
that I
things.
have. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So Macy, I know that you kind of.
I usually so I edit all of these.
Thank God. I was rambling like.
Oh no, you're
halfway
fine.
through all.
You are
No,
great.
it's great.
You said so many good things. But while you're saying things in my head, I'm like, ooh, what if we could get him to say this? So I usually have a couple extra
Sure.
questions.
Yeah.
So I got a sense of what the site was like from talking, from listening, and I was wondering if you could describe this site as a person, what kind of adjectives would you get it? Because I'm really scrappy, and it kind of sounds like that's kind of part of the spirit here. You're we're smaller, but we're fighters.
Yeah.
So if you could describe this site with if it was its own personality, what would some of those traits be?
I would describe him as, I know it might sound weird, that older brother that never lets you down. That's always going to be there. Kind of like family, because it's a smaller site. So I would say he's like that older brother watching, or I guess I don't know if that makes a lot of sense.
So would you say it's there's a family atmosphere?
I think there's definitely a family atmosphere. A lot of people go to the events, and everyone talks to everyone. It's not like high school prom where you got the groups in the corners, and so yeah, it's definitely a closer knit atmosphere.
So do you feel like everybody kind of looks out for each other and helps each other out?
In most aspects, yeah. I mean, there's still people, departments that may not get to see each other. As far as customer service, because I was in the warehouse, I got to know a lot more people, but they're tied to their desk, with the headsets and stuff. So you don't get to talk to as many people on a daily basis, but you talk to them at the events and stuff. But yeah, I think that they look out for each other.
And I really loved what you were saying about bioMario has a part in every part of your life,
Mm-hmm.
whether you know it or not. That was really cool. So can you tell me a little bit about that pride that you feel, or maybe that pride that the site feels?
Sure. I'm one of those guys, whenever I'm out, I'm like, oh, that's one of our clients. Oh, that's one of our customers. Oh, if I see a pill bottle, it says Novartis on it, or, someone's at a barbecue and there's Tyson chicken. And I'm one of those nerds that just have to go and point it out, oh yeah, you're welcome, because we get, sell the testing equipment to make sure that's safe for you guys. So that's probably what I do,
Yeah. So would you say you have pride in your position?
I do have pride in what I do. I think you have to come and do your job well. You have to have some kind of pride and appreciate what the outcome is going to be for the people that are using it.
Well, totally. And it's a completely noble cause, so.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's fighting, disease and all that microorganisms. All you hear about is all these incidents where people were dying because of this, or just, you know, if we could be a part of that, even in a small way, I just, that's a win for me.
Awesome.
That's great.
Cool. Those were the only little snippets I wanted to grab. But yeah,
All right, awesome. How are we doing on time?
I don't. My watch
know-
died. It's 9:40.
9:40. Okay, so we should probably